Hi all, this is a really special video. I am going to give you guys the most overpowered strategy in all of Risk. If you use this strategy from me doing about 2,000 one-on-ones in Supermax, I'm going to tell you you're going to win over 98% of your one-on-ones. So I call this strategy the Impossible 2. It is extremely deadly, and what it revolves around is the top left territory. You want the top left continent, but more importantly, you want to get it to the point of where I'm at right now, where there's only one dead end left. You might have to finagle it, but if you can get it to that position where you only have one dead end left, now you want to start filling in the bottom right. You're going to take the bottom right, so as many dead ends as you can get is all that really matters. You want to keep blocking them to make it a little bit more difficult for them to make territories, but honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. Just don't let him get 4. That's all I'm saying. Don't get him get everything else. Don't focus on the middle. Just make sure you block him up a little bit. But most importantly, make sure you get almost all the territories in the top left and the bottom right. If you're able to do that, like I said, the strategy called the Impossible 2. And here's how the strategy works. Since the top left has no border, every other one of the continents has a border between the middle and itself. The middle heart of the continent, the top left doesn't have that border. It's the only one that doesn't. Why that is a big deal is it means you can deploy troops to the top left, take the dead end, and then bring back the troops to make a defense. It's the only one you can do it with, because everyone else you'll still have a one border because that one up top. You'd have to fortify it. So this gives you a free defense on the top left. Now you pick the bottom right because it's the farthest one away from the board. Plus it's a +6. So that also is, it's the third top one. And we're not counting the middle. If you count the middle, it's the third. If you don't count the middle, it's the second. Top left is the worth the most troops. But either way, it's across the board. So this means if he wants to attack you, he's going to have to split armies. Now this is why it's so deadly, is because after you take the bottom right, you're going to fortify it back to the top of the bottom right. So now you have 2 defenses. You're only going to have 2 armies in this, and you're going to split them right down the middle. And what you're going to do is you're going to take both sides. If you put something in the way, you're going to go ahead and deploy your troops there. If he doesn't put something in the way, you're going to split up your deployments and put it on both sides to even make it even worse. So why this is such a big deal is he can't break into both. And if he breaks into one, he'll not have enough troops for a defense no matter what he takes. So unless they see the Impossible 2 coming, at deployment, the game is over. Right now the game is over because he has a 1 on the top left. Then you'll see, watch what I mean. So now I have a defense of an 8 on the top left. I bring the fortify back on the bottom right. He only has 8 troops. He cannot break into both, and all you need is 1 territory with a deployment to win the game. This is a very, very strong attack because he can't even make a 21 in the middle because of that top left border. He has to use deployment troops there. And he tried, and he even failed with it. This is the Impossible 2. It's the most overpowered strategy in all of Risk. If you use this strategy, not only will you make Grandmaster, you will make it easily in the top 500 and well deep into it. This strategy has cost me many, many losses. And honestly, this was one of the biggest strategies this is one that set me back from when I was going at the top 100. This is the one that always caused me pain because the Impossible 2. And it all revolves around that border on the top left since it doesn't exist. If you use that to pull back the troops, you get the double fortification. The player going second has no chance. So we're going to watch me finish up here using those manual dice rolls. I always talk about those manual dice rolls. You don't have to leave those 2 troops. So even with a small amount of troops, I'm able to do some good damage. Might even be able to take it? No, doesn't give it to me. But I'm still able to put a 10 against the border with the 2. He's getting 3 troops. There is no chance for him to win. And we're using progressive cards, so you only get 4 troops if he had it. And he's not even close to the card round. The game's over. Impossible 2 is something that will crush any player. I don't care what skill level. It is the most devastating, most overpowered strategy in all of Risk. Use this, you'll go extremely far. So I hope that guys helps. If you do use it on me, watch out though. There is still a 2% chance of winning. Well, hope you liked it. Toss me a like or subscribe. And, have a